Hey everyone, Digital David here. Today in this video, we're going to be checking out the Eufy Security SmartDrop. This is a smart, secure delivery box. I did receive this product to review, but any opinion expressed in this video is strictly my own. That being said, if you're interested in this product, you want to find out more about it, the link to it will be in the video description. Also, be sure to check out some of our other Eufy security videos. So you can see the retail box and packaging right here. Check it out. Nice product image with the dimensions for it. You can see our high storage capacity, anti-theft protection, features a rechargeable battery, easy access for couriers to use, text and video notifications. This does feature a 1080p camera. You can also detect approaching people. It's water resistant. Obviously, you'll be using this outdoors. And you can bolt it to the floor for additional and added security. Now let's go ahead, let's open it up and look at the contents. Here's some of the package contents. First up, you can see we have our assembly guide right here walking us through what's in the box, how to set up the mobile app, what tools are required for installation, and the 11 steps. Next, you can see we have some stickers for the delivery box, followed by our quick start guide. This is available in multiple languages. It's not as detailed as the assembly guide, so be sure to reference that. But you can see it's going to show us how to use the box, how to power it. We can actually do a hardwired option if we want as well. So right out the back, you can route your wire if you want to. And then on this page, you'll see we have our customer service and contact information right here. And this does come with a 12-month warranty. And then all the information repeats in those other languages. Here's the included battery, Eufy Security logo and branding on it. This is a micro USB battery. We have a charging cable for it. We have a key for the box. Then you can see the rest of the hardware and accessories that we have for installation. Everything's clearly labeled for us. We have our left and right brackets, and we also have our anchors and screws if we want a more permanent and secure installation. Now let's look at more of the contents. Here are two of the side panels. They look identical to each other. This is going to be the inside of the panel, and this is going to be the outside, so you can get a feel for how they look. Now we're looking at the bottom and the top panel right here, so pay attention to the bottom panel and where we can drop those 4 screws down if we want a more secure installation right there. And then for the top panel, you can see what that looks like. We'll flip it around too so you can see the inside right here and get a feel for how this is going to work. And you can see where we're going to have our latch and our hinges on the other side. Now we're looking at the back panel. This is the inside of it. Pay attention to this top left-hand corner where you can see if we want to do a hardwire connection, we can run our wire right through there. Let's flip it around. You can also see we have some nice venting on it as well. So this is what the outside of the panel is going to look like on the back of our box. And again, you can see in the top right-hand corner now, we have our spot if we want to remove this to run a hardwire cable through to power the box. Last but not least, we have our front panel right here. Everything looks great. Deliveries front and center, so you can't miss it. Eufy Security's logo and branding. You may also notice we have another Eufy logo right here. If we peel this back, that's going to reveal our lock if we want to use the key. And then up at the top, you can see on the left-hand side, we have our 1080p camera right here. On the right-hand side, we have our open button and our 4 digits for our PIN. So we can enter that right there. Let's go ahead. Let's flip this around. It's very heavy. Let's look at the other side. All of our internals are going to be up at the top right here. So you can see we have our sync button and we have this compartment right here. If we pull it back, where we can install our battery, and we can learn more about this product with the Eufy SmartDrop information right here for us. 12 volt, 2 amp. The model is T8790 and a QR code we can scan as well as need be. So now let's go ahead, let's get everything set up. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to install the battery. So you can see the compartment right here for the battery, and we're going to go ahead, we can just drop it right in. And then once we have the battery installed, we're going to download the Eufy app. It's available for iOS and Android devices, and finish setting this up. So here we go. We'll take the battery, we'll press it in place.
Welcome to Eufy SmartDrop.
So we have a welcome prompt. Now let's go ahead, let's get the app downloaded, and let's finish setting this up. At this stage, I want to add, you can take the single screw marked N in the bag, and you can install it right here as well, just to keep anybody else out of this compartment that you don't want to have access to. You can drop that screw in place right here at this step. So now we have the Eufy app downloaded on our mobile device. You can see once you sign in or create an account, you'll be at this screen where we're ready to add our device. So go ahead, choose add device. Now browse from the list of products until you find the SmartDrop. There it is. Now you can see we have 2 connection options. In this case right now, we're gonna connect via Wi-Fi. In the future, coming soon, you can connect with Homebase if you already have a nice Eufy ecosystem there. So let's select it. Now we need to connect to our Wi-Fi network. Make sure you're connecting to a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi network, then select next. Now we're prompted to press the sync button on the back of our panel for 2 seconds. There we go, we just heard the beep, so let's select next. And you can see they're gonna generate a QR code for us to establish the Wi-Fi connection. We need to hold this around 8 inches away from the camera on the front of our box. And then we'll hear 2 beeps.
Connecting to the Wi-Fi network. Please wait.
So there we go. It says it's connecting to the Wi-Fi network. Let's go ahead. Let's select next.
Setup was successful.
There you go. It was that quick, guys. Now let's select next. We can name our device. We'll just name it SmartDrop. Select next. Now we need to set a master pin. Unfortunately, you can't do 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll do 2, 3, 4, 1. And now we have our open method. We have 3 different options. We can always change this in the future. Let's just do press to open. Select next. Now we have a free trial for cloud storage that you can activate. And we already have a firmware update. So you have an installation guide or you can finish. And there we go. Our device has successfully been set up. Now let's go ahead. Let's work on getting the device fully assembled, and we'll set it up and come back into the app and learn more about all the features it has to offer. So the first step in assembly is to take the 2 side panels. You're gonna line them up on both sides. You can see this one's kind of just staying on its own, and then we're gonna take 3 eye screws for each side and we're gonna fasten them in. So the holes are right here, and right here. So 6 eye screws total, 3 on each side, just like you see here. Now you can see we have both panels fastened in place with the 3 screws on both sides. Now we're ready to install the back panel using 6 more eye screws. So 6 more of the same screws that we just used, 3 on each side, so you can see up top where that panel's gonna rest, and we'll fasten it in place. Now you can see we have the back panel installed right here. You probably won't be able to see it on camera, but right up here in the top, pay attention to where that location is when you get yours installed. It should only really fit one way, but there you go. You can see the back panel installed. Now let's work on flipping this over and getting the bottom panel installed. So now here's a look at the bottom panel right here. We already have it installed. It just sets right in here, and then you just line up the screw holes and it just rests on there. And then you can take the 12 remaining eye screws that you have and fasten them in place. But there you go. You can see we have the bottom base installed. Now it's time to install our 2 L brackets right here. They're labeled for you. One's gonna go on the left side and one's gonna go on the right side. We're gonna take 4 J screws and fasten them in place right here. Same with the other side, so that's gonna be 8 screws right there. Then we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna take 2 more screws. And you can see right here, we're gonna put those screws in on this side, so that'd be 10, and then we have 2 more on the other side, so that's gonna be 12 J screws total. Now we're ready to put the top panel piece on, and we have our hinge right here. And the hinges are gonna line up. You can see those 2 holes are gonna line up with the 2 holes right here on both sides. And we're gonna use the remaining J screws, so we'll do 2 on each side for 4 total to attach the top to the rest of the unit. Now with the lid installed, we're ready for our final step, and we're just gonna snap these in place. So this part down here, as you can see, that's gonna snap in to the side of the unit, and then this top part is gonna snap into the lid. So start with this guy down here, snap it into the side of the unit, and then go ahead, adjust the lid as needed, and snap this one in place. So check it out. You can see the final assembled product. Everything looks great. So you can see it from the side there. We can look at the other side if you wanna see it some from the back. Now let's go ahead, let's press the open button, but don't forget we can use our pin or the physical key if we want. So we just press the open button and it opens for us. And now you can see how much room we have inside of there. So definitely have a lot of room. It's instructing us right now to press the open button to make a delivery.
When you leave. Thank you.
So we have those nice prompts for the carrier when they come and they use the box.
Press open button to make a delivery.
So you can see on the inside. Let's go ahead. Let's press it one more time. So it pops open. Really simple, basically hands-free after you press the button. And then it's really easy to shut everything. Now let's go ahead, let's get some boxes and fill it up. So check it out, I put multiple packages in here and there's so much room for tons of deliveries. Even this box, check it out, look at how long that is and it fits perfectly in here. Plenty of room again for different sizes. So you can see smaller ones, larger ones, extra long ones. It's got a lot of room and then you can see we can shut it and everything still fits great. So just to show you guys the size and scale and capacity of our Eufy SmartDrop, I have a very popular iRobot Roomba shipping box right here and we can still fit that box inside of the SmartDrop. So you can see the package fits great. We actually have room to spare, so we could take a couple more packages right here if we wanted. And still have some more room and shut the lid. So now the next step, if you're happy with the position of your box, you can go ahead. If you want a more permanent solution, you can fasten it in place. You can see the 4 holes right here for the 4 included screws and anchors. So you can go ahead, you can mark the holes, drill it out, and fasten it down. So now that we have everything set up and installed, let's go ahead, let's jump back into the app. So you can see we have our SmartDrop right here. We can jump right into the live preview if you want. We can view the device settings. We can see any events that are triggered today, check on deliveries, battery status, Wi-Fi. There's a lot we can do. So let's go right into the live preview. So here it is, guys, live in real time. Check out that image quality. This is just the auto settings right here. Everything looks really, really nice. Very nice. Super happy with that. You can see down here at the bottom, we have multiple options. So we can record if maybe the delivery person's throwing your TV, doing something you don't like. You can take a screenshot. This is just like a security camera too, right? So you have all that functionality built in. We can talk to the box. We can listen in. We have more options here so we can go view past events. We can turn our night vision on or off. We can sound an alarm for 30 seconds. Then we can view our device settings. So let's go back. Now let's go ahead, let's look at our device settings. So we're going to select that settings gear icon on the top right hand corner. Now you can see all of the settings. We can change the name, turn the watermark on or off. We can change our open method, whatever one we want. If you're going to do the PIN option, just make sure you put that on the shipping label with your address in special notes so your carrier actually knows how to access the box and actually use it. We can change our master PIN. We have our motion detection settings. So we can change our activity zone. Say you have a street or sidewalk or neighbor's driveway, something where you don't want the motion to be recorded. You can change that right there. Then we have our detection settings. We can choose our type as well. Do we want to just detect humans or all motion? Then we have our motion test mode, so we can actually test this out. It'll flash red for you to know if it's activated and triggered, so you can adjust the sensitivity that way. Next, we have our power manager. This is important to get the best battery life depending on what you want. So optimal battery life or optimal surveillance or customized recording. So with the customized setting, you can see we can go from 10 seconds all the way up to 120 seconds for the clip length, 5 seconds to 60 seconds for our re-triggering interval. And we can also end clip early if motion stops, which is a good thing to help save some battery life. Then you can see with our video quality right here, low, medium, high, or auto. That'll just depend on your network settings, how strong your network is in the connection to the box. Then you can see we have our audio settings. We can turn on our motion activated prompt or off. We can turn on or off the microphone, on or off audio recording, and then the speaker volume. From listening to it, medium's fine. I probably will turn off the prompt too. Then we have our storage options. So you can see cloud storage, different plans if you want. So you can see the options right there. Don't forget in the future, if you have home base, you can use that too. Next, you can see our network, our time settings, a tutorial, installation guide. We can learn more about the device and we can remove it. So now let's go ahead, let's test out the speaker quality at the box. Now we're testing out the two-way audio feature. So this is how it's going to sound if you want to speak to somebody using the Eufy app. Don't forget we have the speaker set to medium settings so we could make this even louder or quieter if we desire. Now let's go ahead, let's test out the alarm. So now that it's dark outside, let's go back into the live view right here and you can see how good the night vision is. So we have one Christmas light and decoration on right there. And then off to the side over here, there's a street light you can see, and there is an exterior light illuminating the sidewalk right there, but there's no porch light on. I purposefully left that off so you guys could see the quality here, but check that out. Even across the street, everything looks good, very clear, very crisp. We have a wide field of view and great visibility, you know, 3 or 4 houses away down the block. So this is the real-time view at night right here. Now let's go back out. Let's go ahead and go back into the device, and you can see we have a couple more features to go over. The first one is we can get right back to the live view right here, but next up you can see we have delivery pin. So we can set a delivery pin right here for each carrier. Say you want to set one for UPS, USPS, and FedEx. You can track which carrier dropped off which package. So select add and then enter what you want. So let's do FedEx. And then we'll select next. We can do 6, 5, or 4 digit, and then it auto generates one for us. And then you can see right here, we can edit it as needed, or we can copy it to the clipboard to easily share on our shipping label or in our comment section. And then you can see we have a nice detailed history of our events, so you can see what has recently happened. And then we also have some pre-recorded videos we can check out right here. So there we go. You can see me right here, taking the package out, very clear and crisp. And look at that. What's scary is look at how good of a job it did recognizing my face. It's not very flattering, but you get the idea there. So it caught me right on camera as I was approaching. And then we can look at one during the day. So there's my wife and daughter outside. We'll just click. I had a couple of these, putting some packages in. Let's see if this one has it. Oh, and check that out. You can see somebody in the background walking on the sidewalk. Plenty of detail there. Here we go. You can see I'm opening it with the PIN code. Walking away with the package. Very clear and crisp. Let's select another one. Let's see, what triggered that one? I don't know what triggered that one, but it did start to record. Is this the same one we just watched? I think so, I was gonna say, because it said open with the button. But yeah, pretty cool. So here's another night one as well. Taking the package, putting it in, and walking away. So there you go. That's a nice overview of the mobile app and what you're able and capable of doing right from your phone with the SmartDrop. So let me share through my final thoughts after using the SmartDrop. I gotta say, overall, this is a solid product and a great solution if you are looking to try to stop people from stealing your packages. This is definitely a legit solution. I think the biggest obstacle you'll have to overcome is making sure that the delivery person actually uses it. So one, are they reading the label to know what the PIN is and can they find it? And two, will they actually put the package in it? So make sure that you put it in an area where they typically deliver your packages, and that would be a good indicator of them actually being able to use it, right? If they already put their packages in one spot at your house, well, go ahead, make sure you install this in that area so they can find it, or chase them down one day and tell them, hey, this is what I'm doing. Will you please do this? Here's your PIN, or here's how it works, right? Give them a little bit of help and guidance. And if you do, you'll be all set and ready to go and you'll really enjoy using this. But if for some reason they're not finding the codes, you still have the option of they'll be able to push the button one time, open it up, and then put a package in. And once it shuts, then it'll lock. So if you don't get that many packages a day, you can still go that route as long as they actually put the package in for you. But in regards to build quality, installation, all that stuff, very simple, straightforward. Anybody can do it. The mobile app works great. I think the biggest thing I want to see built out in the future is I'd love to have some better voice controls. Now, I'm using the app before it's updated for everybody when this comes to market, so I couldn't get my Alexa device to actually show me the feed. I hope that comes in the future. That'd be really cool. Other than that, maybe night vision and color would be a cool feature. Maybe increasing the resolution of the camera. And I think maybe the last thing I'd want to see is, I know they give us the rechargeable battery, but I really wish they also gave us the power adapter as well. So if you did want to do a hardwired option, you could do that. I think that would be nice if that was right in the box. For most people though, you're probably not going to use a physical power connector, but it'd still be nice to have. The battery's working great though. We'll see how it holds up long term. I expect it to be very similar to other Eufy products, which shouldn't have an issue for weeks, if not months, before you'd have to recharge it depending on your settings. So far so good. If you're in the market for something to stop porch pirates, you definitely need to look into and consider this product. Well, that concludes our video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget the product link will be in our video description below. Please go ahead, check it out, and do your shopping from there. Any purchase made through that link helps support our channel at no additional cost to you. So we're really grateful and thankful for all of your support. While you're at it, can you go ahead and hit that like button for us? And subscribe to our channel. We have new content coming out daily, and we don't want you to miss anything. Please go ahead and give us a follow online and make it a clean sweep. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, TikTok, Discord. You can message us on WeChat, check out our website, and join our free newsletter. Thank you guys so much for being here. Don't forget, new content daily, and we can't wait to see you in our next video.